Greenville University, where Christ makes the difference. For today's regular season matchup between Southern Wesleyan and your North Greenville Crusaders. We'd like to extend a warm welcome to Mountain View Elementary, Furman United Girls Soccer, and the Hampton Barnell United U15 Wildcats. Furman United is coached by Taylor Beard, Mike Gull, and Stephen Wood. And the Wildcats are coached by Barry Whittington. Thanks for coming out to cheer on your NGU Crusaders. We'd also like to take a moment to thank our sponsors: Outback Steakhouse, Pop-Up Soccer, Owens Insurance, Corber Coaching, 5 Star Heating and Air, Tyler Construction, Carolina Painting, Endeavor Insurance Services, and Southeast. Make sure to stick around after the game as we honor our senior, Catherine Allen, immediately after the game. We will also have a fireworks display after the game, so please stay seated as we will turn the stadium lights off and end the show with fireworks. Now the starters for Southern Wesleyan. 00, Courtney McNeil. Number 5, Beth Spence. Number 7, Grace Taylor. Number 8, Ariel Lankford. Number 9, Bree Hides. Number 10, Mayo Owens. Number 11, Maggie McMiniman. Number 15, Marla Burgos. Number 18, Erin Exline. Number 19, Bree Kowaleski. Number 21, Brittany Woodhouse. Southern Wesleyan is coached by Corey Morrell and assisted by Chad Perry, Ashley Bowers, and Jen Lindo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your 2015 North Greenville Crusaders. Number 1, Lindsay Tootin. Number 4, Courtney Etheridge. Number 5, Karis Hoover. Number 6, Alex Pagliaro. Number 11, Lauren Previtt. Number 14, Ashton Robinson. Number 17, Megan Robertson. Number 18, Sierra Singh. Number 23, Sarah Forrester. Number 33, the keeper of the box, Madeline Schober. And number 22, the senior, Catherine Allen. North Greenville is coached by Andy Robinson, assisted by Donovan Kraft. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you will please stand while we have a word of prayer. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for the time, the opportunity, and the freedom we have to be here. We want to thank you for the traveling mercies you granted Southern Wesleyan. Father God, we pray that you would just watch over all the players as they bring glory and honor to your name on this field tonight. In Jesus' name I pray. Please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
And with that, welcome to Pepsi Stadium here in Tigerville, South Carolina. For this matchup between the North Greenville Crusaders and the Southern Wesleyan Warriors. It is senior night here in Tigerville. The North Greenville's only senior is Catherine Allen. A couple players to keep your eye on for the Crusaders. It's no secret who their biggest weapon is. Lindsay Tootin, 14 goals this season. And to put that into perspective, second on the team is Megan Robertson with 2. So that shows you how much offense Lindsay Tootin brings to the table. Southern Wesleyan, it's been a struggle for them. Grace Taylor leads in goals with 2. And only 3 other players have scored a goal for them. They only have a total of 5 goals for the season. But Southern Wesleyan is coming off of a win at Toccoa Falls. They won that game 2-0. Seemed to be sort of in the same position the Crusaders were in last year. Just couldn't score a lot of goals that year. Lindsay Tootin did lead that year also, but with 4 goals. So it was a struggle for them, but North Greenville's been able to have a nice season, so far at least. Southern Wesleyan in the dark blue uniforms. North Greenville usually in the red and white striped jerseys, but that is not the case tonight. They are in all black. Hoping to get an interview with Catherine Allen, North Greenville's lone senior, at some point. Not sure how we're going to do it due to the fact that our sideline microphone our wireless microphone is not currently working. But we'll try to figure something out. And just like that, we are underway. Southern Wesleyan will take the ball to start the first half. Again, if you didn't see the records coming into this game, Southern Wesleyan 2-11, 0-8 in the conference. North Greenville 7-6, 3-5 in the conference. But the Crusaders have played very well as of late. So that'll be an early save for the Crusader goalkeeper. The Southern Wesleyan goalkeeper. Still waiting for live stats to get going. Know that Madeline Schober is the North Greenville goalkeeper. So Southern Wesleyan taking their time, trying to put together a solid possession. Now it goes to the Crusaders. Full crowd on the other side of the field. It's good to see. There's a fireworks show after the game. So that might be one of the things motivating the crowd, as well as it being senior night. So that ball heads out. It'll go to the Warriors. So it heads to the far side. Not a whole lot of offense going on so far. And that one's taken away by Tootin. She'll pass it back. Some contact made there. The ball does go out of bounds. It'll be North Greenville ball. And here comes Tootin. Tootin, North Greenville's biggest weapon. Listed at 5'10", which is the tallest on the North Greenville team, as there's contact there. Number 22, Catherine Allen, the senior, is given the foul, so it goes to the Warriors. So here come the Warriors trying to get something going, and Schober will come over and collect the ball. So ball heads to midfield. Beth Spence with the ball. Now Southern Wesleyan is trying to get something going on the side, but not able to get anything going there. Sarah Singh tried to catch up to the ball but could not do so. Ball heads out of bounds. They'll stay with the Warriors. Neo Owens will throw it in bounds. Grace Taylor with it. Now Bree Hides. Southern Wesleyan showing patience, trying to put together a smart possession. And player does fall and the whistle does blow, so it will stick with Southern Wesleyan. So a free kick from midfield. Crusaders trying to keep it out of the box, trying to clear it. Tootin with it. Here's Catherine Allen. And it's going to go back to the Warriors. Don't expect weather to be much of a factor tonight. Certainly not as cold as it was last week with the women's game and the men's game against King. Dropped to, I'd say, at least the 40s, maybe even below that by the end of the men's game. So that ball heads out of bounds. It'll go to the Crusaders. Contact made, and ball will be cleared by North Greenville, and it's going to head out of bounds. Crusaders will hang on to it, and now trying to move quickly while the Southern Wesleyan's defense wasn't quite set, but Warriors take it away. North Greenville women's volleyball in action right now, taking on Erskine, and that is in Erskine. As here comes Tootin, but it's going to be batted away. And here they come again. But again, number 10, Mio Owens, able to keep it away from Tootin, and that's going to be Southern Wesleyan's goal for the entire game, is to just keep the ball away from Tootin. If you can keep it away from her, you take away the majority of North Greenville's offense. That's certainly easier said than done, as we've seen throughout the season. So again, Southern Wesleyan taking their time. North Greenville not showing a lot of press. And here's why. Warriors able to move the ball down, still with them. And it gets away. Grace Taylor was trying to get it past the North Greenville defense, but ended up losing control of the ball. Head coach Andy Robinson for the Crusaders saying it's too quiet, trying to get the Crusaders to make some noise, encourage each other as that ball heads out of bounds. We'll stay with Southern Wesleyan. And again, trying to get it to Tootin, just couldn't quite do it. Looking for that breakaway on the near side, but so far have not been able to make a connection. And here they go on the far side this time. And again, batted away. Southern Wesleyan playing some sharp defense. And here's the senior, Catherine Allen. Once again, tries to get it to Tootin. Now Tootin trying to get the ball, but Southern Wesleyan keeping it away. And some contact. Officials say play on. And North Greenville trying to get it through, but not able to do so thus far. Give Southern Wesleyan credit. Whistle blows, and it's going to be a foul on the Crusaders, it appears. So Owens will get the free kick. Header by a Crusader, stays with the Warriors. And here's Tootin. She gets the ball, trying to make a fast break. And a little bit of contact. They say play on. But the Warriors do a nice job of sticking with her. Lauren Previtt had the ball. And once again gets it to Tootin. And now to Catherine Allen. Back to Tootin. And now over to the midfield. Pagliaro now with the ball at midfield. Trying to get into the box, and Southern Wesleyan keeps it out. And now they'll get it back to the keeper. So the Warriors hanging on. North Greenville trying to get some offense going, but so far Southern Wesleyan's defense has certainly stepped up. This ball will head out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors, it appears. Yes, it will. Bree Kowaleski threw it in. Now Alex Pagliaro tries to get it to Tootin. Once again, the Warriors keep it away. So now she'll try it again. Yeah, Southern Wesleyan's keeping players all around Tootin. They know exactly what North Greenville wants to do. But all it takes is one fast break from Tootin to put the Crusaders up 1-0. So now we'll see what the Warriors can do. They'll try to get the ball down the field. And Schober kicked it hard, but a nice job by a Warrior. Now it gets away, and here's Tootin. Not going to be called offsides. Gets the kick off, and it's just over the goal. Nice attempt by the Crusaders, just couldn't quite get it to go in. But you can bet that's not going to be Tootin's last attempt of the game. Expect her to have plenty more. Coming into this game, she's had 53 total shots this season. And once again, to put that into perspective, there's a tie for second between Megan Robertson and Alex Pagliaro. They both have 8 apiece, so just not even close. So here's Catherine Allen. Now gets it to Tootin. Tootin not trying to fast break that time. North Greenville showing a little more patience, but trips over the ball. And here come the Warriors. They might have an opportunity, but nice defense. It was number 14, Ashton Robinson, that kept the Warriors from getting anything going there. Now the ball will be cleared to the near side. And Tootin now with the ball.
You can definitely tell that they're starting to talk more like what the coach said, because he told them that it was too quiet, but now it's getting louder and stuff's starting to happen more.
Yeah, it certainly has. Had a shot attempt there, but an easy save. But North Greenville definitely stepping up the offense. Warriors trying to get something going. Haven't been a very offensive team this year. Now try to get something going on the far side, heads out of bounds. They'll stay with North Greenville. By the way, Alan Cahaley alongside Ansley Brock for tonight's game. Ball heads out once again on the far side, right at the middle of the field. Stays with the Crusaders. Try and just kick it near the goal and see what happens, but Southern Wesleyan now with possession. And taken away by the Crusaders. Tried another fast break for Tootin. Couldn't quite catch up to it. Southern Wesleyan, some aggressive passes, getting rid of the ball as soon as they get to it. And it's working. Might have an opportunity here. Number 19 for Southern Wesleyan. That was, once again, that was Bree Kowaleski. Excuse me, struggling with that last name, Kowaleski. Here they come again. And can't quite connect there, so Schober will collect it. Number 21, Brittany Woodhouse with that kick. I think that'll be considered a shot, but about as easy of a save as you'll have for Schober. And that ball heads out of bounds. So it'll stay with the Crusaders, more of a clear than anything else. And a foul will be called on the Crusaders yet again, this time on number 6, Alex Pagliaro. That's something we've seen lately. North Greenville is a pretty aggressive team. They're not afraid to push and shove. We saw that against King. A lot of contact between the two teams. King was very frustrated after that game, but so Pagliaro with it. She'll pass it back to Catherine Allen. Now to midfield. So now goes to Southern Wesleyan goalkeeper. Yeah, it doesn't look like live stats is working currently, unfortunately. And here come the Warriors trying to come up with a fast break of their own on the far side. And they get a shot off, but an easy save for Schober. So it wasn't a hard shot, but still a shot nonetheless for Southern Wesleyan. Pagliaro gets it to midfield. Sarah Forrester right at midfield. Don't think there have been any substitutions as of yet. And here's Catherine Allen again, but she can't keep it in bound. So it goes back to the Warriors. Mia Owens throws it in. Beth Spence, number 5, kicks it down the field, but now Bree hides. Try to get it down to the Crusader side, but goes right to Schober. So she'll wait for the Crusaders to get back in position. Nice header by Pagliaro. Yeah, the Warriors just trying to get any offense they can. They continue to just kind of kick it deep down the field and hope someone can catch up to it before a Crusader does. Hasn't worked so far, but you never know. And there's Tootin, not going to be able to get to it in time. Instead, it'll head out of bounds. Kicked out of bounds by Maggie McMiniman. And Allen tried to head that one to keep it from going out of bounds, but was unable to get to it. And again thrown inbounds by Mia Owens. Heads out again. This time it goes to the Crusaders. Catherine Allen throws it in. I believe this is Sierra. No, that was. It was Sarah Singh. Tootin trying to get a shot and goes over the goal. Another opportunity for the Crusaders. Couldn't quite connect. great pass by Tootin. We're used to seeing her do the scoring, but if that goal had scored, she would have had the assist. The shot was by number 4, Courtney Etheridge. Comes in with 7 shots for the season, so that'll be her 8th. So a little over 20 minutes remain in this first half, still scoreless between the Crusaders and the Warriors. Trying to come up with another shot, but not on target and easily collected by the goalkeeper. And tried to get it to Tootin again, but a nice job by Owens to keep it away from her. And Courtney McNeil finally found it out, is the Southern Wesleyan goalkeeper. Yeah, I should have figured that. She's been the goalkeeper all season long. In fact, no other goalkeeper on the Southern Wesleyan team has even a second of play time as a goalie, at least. So McNeil has a save percentage of .726. Allows an average of 3.64 goals per game. It's one of those numbers where being a goalie is sort of a thankless job. You're just expected to be perfect. And we will have some substitutions. Emma Carr, number 24, and number 19, Tori Owens, come into the game. For number 23, Sarah Forrester, and number 4, Courtney Etheridge. Ball heads out, goes to the Crusaders, trying to work fast here, trying to catch Southern Wesleyan out of position. Gets it to the near side. Catherine Allen trying to get it to Tootin. Instead it goes to number 17, Megan Robertson. Back to Catherine Allen. Now to Pagliaro. Some contact made, but no foul called. Things picking up all of a sudden. Here's Tootin. Gets it to the middle of the field, trying to get an opportunity, but saved by McNeil. And that one taken away by Catherine Allen. And trying to get an opportunity on the far side. And it's going to head out of bounds. It'll go to the Warriors. So the Warriors get over to the North Greenville side, but North Greenville now with control of the ball, and they'll get it back to the Southern Wesleyan side. Still plenty of time left in this first half. 16 minutes, 45 seconds remain. As the whistle blows, it'll be Warrior ball. And a nice move by the Warriors. They had numbers for a moment there, but North Greenville with solid defense. And so here come the Crusaders. And they're going to have a shot. That'll be a shot on goal, but pretty easy save by McNeil. And it remains scoreless. And gets a shot off, but quite a bit wide left. She was surprised to see the ball right beside her. She figured, why not? Couldn't quite get it to draw into the goal. And Crusaders knock it out of bounds to prevent a corner kick. And Mia Owens to throw it in. And Catherine Allen will just pass it to Schober and she'll clear it. Not able to connect with Tootin there. And here comes Tootin. And it's a goal. So the Crusaders lead Southern Wesleyan 1-0 here in the first half. Well, who else but Tootin? Her 15th goal of the season. Just had a slight mistake.
And that's an NGU goal by Lindsay Tootin.
Just had a slight mistake by a Warrior. Allowed Tootin to get to it. And it was a one-on-one matchup between her and McNeil, and most of the time the attacker is going to be the one to score. North Greenville sideline checking to see if there was an assist, but I don't believe there was one. So we'll see if the Warriors can respond. And trying to do that right now. Ball heads out of bounds. It'll stay with Southern Wesleyan. And trying to get it going now, and ended up going right to number 23, Amber Goss. But instead it heads out, and Schober will have a goal kick. And a foul called. So the ball goes back to the Warriors. Looking to see how many fouls Southern Wesleyan has had coming into the season. North Greenville with 86 fouls coming into tonight. And in comparison, their opponents with just 57. So, like I said, North Greenville a very physical team. But nothing dirty, only a few yellow cards. They've had 4 yellow cards to be exact, same number as their opponents, so nothing too dirty. And actually 2 of those yellow cards were on a confusing play. There was a free kick inside the box, and North Greenville was just not expecting that call. They weren't quite sure what to do with it. They kept moving before the ball was kicked, which they were not allowed to do, and actually 2 yellow cards were called on that play. As here comes Tootin again, some contact. Southern Wesleyan doing everything they can to keep it away from her. They might just have to kick it out of bounds, and they do. That's a smart play because Tootin almost had, if she got past that defender, it would have been her second goal of the game. And here's an opportunity. And there's a goal. I believe that's number 11, Lauren Previtt. If it is, that's her second goal of the season.
Another Crusader goal by number 11, Lauren Previtt.
And so it is by Previtt. And just heard head coach Andy Robinson say Alex Pagliaro with the assist on that play. So nice job by her. That was a great pass. Made it easy for Previtt. And meanwhile, she will actually come out of the game for now. And Gabriella Porter will replace her, number 13, over on the far side of the field. So now Southern Wesleyan down 2-0. They're going to have to get to work. Yeah, apparently they're having an issue with the scoreboard because it still says 0-0. So that ball heads out of bounds. Looks like it'll stay with North Greenville. Believe that's Tori Owens throwing it in. Don't see the number as of yet. And so here comes Catherine Allen, gets it over to number 8, Brittany Waldrop, and had a shot, but saved by McNeil. And North Greenville with 2 brand new scoreboards this season, one here over at soccer and one over at football, but they've had their share of technical issues with it, which is to be expected with brand new things. So I'm sure they'll get the kinks worked out eventually. So North Greenville looking to be aggressive again. And that is Tori Owens over on the far side. And here come the Warriors trying to get something going, but can't complete the fast break. And it'll go back to Schober. And now cleared by Schober. So now Tori Owens with control of the ball. Gets it to midfield. At halftime, we'll check to see the score for women's volleyball between North Greenville and Erskine. Tori Owens with the nice move there. Crowd on the other side of the field reacted, had another shot attempt, but deflected off of a Warrior, and it'll head out of bounds. Couple substitutions for the Crusaders. Number 12, Devin Worth, and number 10, Jamie Shutt enter the game. In for number 6, Alex Pagliaro, and number 1, Lindsay Tootin. And tripped up, and Southern Wesleyan will be called with the foul. So the Crusaders will take a free kick with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. And took a shot attempt, but it'll go way above the goal. If you just joined us recently, Lindsay Tootin scored the first goal, Lauren Previtt with the second goal, with an assist by Pagliaro. Ball not able to connect there, heads out of bounds. Will go to the Crusaders. And might have another shot attempt here. Southern Wesleyan gets to it first. And here they go. Schober had to back up all of a sudden. Trying to complete the fast break, takes a shot, but an easy save by Schober. There was some contact, but the whistle does not blow. And it was number 7 for Southern Wesleyan, that's Grace Taylor with the shot. And Grace Taylor comes into today second on the team in total shots with 12. Beth Spence leads with 13. And a save by McNeil. Almost had another goal, but instead it's more of a field goal. So that one heads out of bounds. So Southern Wesleyan will take the goal kick. So the ball heads out, sticks with the Warriors. Crowd continuing to follow in on the far side. I think this is North Greenville's biggest crowd of the season by far. So that's certainly good to see. This field's sort of hidden from view. I've heard several times through the last few years of students saying we have a soccer field, so it's kind of It is surrounded by trees other than the football field on the other side, so I guess it can be hard to find. And easy save by Schober. And a Southern Wesleyan player down. Yeah, there was some contact. And unfortunately, this may be a head injury. I believe it's number 9, Bree Hides. She is up on her feet, but so I believe she's okay. The official checking with her, and she not headed towards the sideline, so I think she wants to stay in. So she appears to be fine. So good news for the Warriors. So the ball goes to Schober. Now to Catherine Allen, the senior. Again, North Greenville's only senior this year. And here come the Warriors. Number 5, Beth Spence, couldn't get the fast break. Now goes to Grace Taylor, got a shot off, but not on target. So it'll be a goal kick for Schober with 1 minute and 43 seconds remaining in the first half. And some contact. Warriors is trying to get anything going, may have an opportunity here. Trying to find somebody to pass it to, and instead it's going to head out of bounds. Last touched by Catherine Allen, so it does stay with the Warriors, and now we're going to have a corner kick. Southern Wesleyan not in a big hurry, still plenty of time, 47 seconds, so they can still get the shot off with plenty of time remaining. Looks like number 21, Brittany Woodhouse, will take the corner kick. And here it is. And going to get away from the box, and now North Greenville might be able to make a last-second shot. Southern Wesleyan able to keep it in bounds. And now they'll clear it to the other side. And number 23, Amber Gosk, able to keep it in bounds. Warriors just trying to get anything going here. And might be able to get a final shot off. They got to do it now, though. And instead, they're going to run out of time. I think if Grace Taylor, maybe she lost track of how much time was left. She did have enough time to get a final shot off, but instead she tried to pass it. So at the half, North Greenville leads it 2-0 over the Southern Wesleyan Warriors.
North Greenville would like to remind you that North Greenville University.
So we'll return for the start of the second half
coaches and spectators. It is our request that you support the officials
in just a little while.
In this contest in a positive manner.
And we'll return in a little bit. You're watching the North Greenville Sports Network.
Directed at student athletes, coaches, officials, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Pepsi Stadium. In addition, tobacco products or alcoholic beverages are not permitted. Thank you for your cooperation with this policy. Now, if you please join me in welcoming a few members of the Furman United girls soccer team to the field for some halftime entertainment. While the girls are taking the field, we also like to thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank Outback Steakhouse. We also like to thank Pop-Up Soccer, Owens Insurance, Corporate Coaching, 5 Star Heating and Air, Tyler Construction Group, Carolina Painting, Endeavor Insurance Services, Southeast. If you want to advertise your business, make sure you get in touch with the soccer staff here at NGU. We also want to remind everyone to make sure they stick around for after the game as we honor our senior, Catherine Allen, immediately following the game. We'll also have a fireworks display, so please stay seated. We'll turn off the stadium lights and start the fireworks show in honor of Catherine's senior night. Sienna, Logan, and Josie. And on the Mountain View Elementary side, we have Phoebe, Lila, Josie, Olivia, Lauren, Rayleigh, Harper, Grace, Maggie, Caroline, and Reese. Once again, let's have a big round of applause for Mountain View Elementary and Herman United. As we start the game back, it is a 2-0 Crusader lead at halftime. Make sure you stick around for the end of the game. We'll have fireworks, and we will honor our senior, Catherine Allen.
So you heard it right there. North Greenville leading it 2-0. So we're about to start the second half. And if you didn't hear it, Catherine Allen will be honored at the end of the game. We will continue the broadcast through that. And I guess during the fireworks show, I don't think we can really show the fireworks from where our camera is, but oh well. So here we go. Second half begins. North Greenville trying to create an early opportunity. Not quite able to get to it. Heads out of bounds. Whistle blows. I think we'll have a foul on the Crusaders. Do have action going on tomorrow. Have North Greenville football against God's Chosen here in Tigerville. That begins at 1 o'clock p.m. And then after that, we'll head right back here to soccer, where the men will take on Southern Wesleyan. That will begin at 7 o'clock p.m. And here's a shot, and it's going to go right to McNeil. That was number 11, Lauren Previtt, who had a goal earlier tonight with the shot there. So now Sarah Forrester will take control, gets it over to Tori Owens. No, excuse me, that's Tootin. Forgot that they flipped sides, so Tootin now on the far side for the Crusaders. So McNeil kicks this one down the field. Went right to Previtt, and now Southern Wesleyan trying to control it. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds instead, so it goes back to the Crusaders. Lauren Previtt threw it in, and might get a shot off here, but instead it's kicked away by the Warriors. Number 17, Megan Robertson, is the one that tried to set up a shot there. And McNeil going to come over to get this one. Certainly not too late for Southern Wesleyan. Obviously plenty of time with the second half just beginning. Only get down 2 goals. Now trying to come up with something here. They still have control of it. Trying to be smart with it. Gets it back over to the near side, and there's nobody there. So the Crusaders now with it, but instead it's going to be knocked out of bounds. So Southern Wesleyan will take over, but North Greenville will now be in position. And I believe a handball was called.
Hey, that's us! That was her hand! Sir, help her!
So I believe North Greenville wanted a handball, but the official just explained that it was a handball because she was pushed into it. So Southern Wesleyan still with the ball. Number 21, Brittany Woodhouse will take the free kick. And Schober comes forward and she's now in position, and it's going to be kicked away by the Crusaders. A close call there. So Southern Wesleyan being aggressive to start this half, understandably so. Gets away from Sarah Baldwin. Ashton Robinson with the ball. She'll keep it for now, dribble down the field. Gets it to Tootin, but a little bit too much heat behind that one, and it goes to McNeil. And here come the Warriors. And there's going to be nobody there. Trying to create any opportunity they can. But it just hasn't quite worked out. But meanwhile, it goes back to the Warriors. Number 8, Ariel Langford. Heads out of bounds. It'll stay with Southern Wesleyan. Maggie I'm never going to get this name. McMiniman. Been having trouble with that one, but it's one of those, try saying it fast 3 times in a row. I mean, it's tough to say. But here's a shot, goes right to Schober, didn't have to move, and that'll be an easy save. McMiniman got it. And Southern Wesleyan had numbers, pretty much 3-on-1. But good defense by the Crusaders. And now Warriors trying to make it go out of bounds, but instead it goes, nope, it will go to the Warriors. Number 15, Marla Burgos for Southern Wesleyan, did everything she could to keep a Crusader from getting to it before it headed out, and paid off. They keep possession. Gets the shot off, but not quite on target, and it'll be taken in by McNeil. Heads out of bounds, stays with Southern Wesleyan. McMiniman takes it, throws it in bounds. Deflected off a Crusader, number 23, Sarah Forrester. Alex Pagliaro taking her time with it. She falls, no whistle. May have been just a little bit of contact, but not enough to draw the whistle. Now Lauren Previtt with it, tries to get it in, but they're going to be kicked away by the Warriors. Now Ashton Robinson with it. Tried to get it over to Previtt, but kicked a little bit too far in front of her, and it'll head out of bounds. So Warrior ball. So they head over to the far side. Now up the middle, kicked away by the Warriors. Warriors trying to take control of it, but just haven't really been able to get clean control of it, but now they do. Gets a shot off, but it's wide right. And she's frustrated with herself. That was number 8, Ariel Lankford, who took the shot, but not quite on target. So Schober throws it in, or excuse me, kicks it in. Not a long goal kick this time. Sarah Forrester with it, kicks over to the far side, deflected off of a Warrior. And some contact there. This one cleared by the Crusaders. And contact there, no whistle. Crowd on the far side didn't like it, but they play on. Lauren Previtt now trying to get some redemption from her shot that was just a little off target. This one heads out, deflected off a Crusader, so it's going to be a corner kick for Southern Wesleyan. Looks like number 21, Brittany Woodhouse, will take it again. And here it is. And an attempted save. It actually ends up on top of the net. So that is no good. Close one for the Crusaders. Southern Wesleyan almost got on the board there. Ball was kind of loose for a little bit, but ended up on top of the net. And now the Crusaders trying to get some offense going, trying to get it to Tooten. They do. And there's no goalie, and Tooten kicks it in.
That's another North Greenville goal by Lindsay Tooten.
So her second goal of the night puts North Greenville up 3-0. Scoreboard showing 5. I'm not sure why, now showing 8, so they're going to have to get that fixed. So Tooten with her 16th goal of the season. That just shows you how much this team, not just her, but the entire team has improved, especially from last year. There was just almost no offense last year. Tooten led that season as well, but with just 4 goals. Frankie Jumper was second in the team on the team with 2. So I mean, that just shows you the lack of goals scored last year, and boy, Tooten has just been on a roll this season.
Gabby, our sideline reporter, actually spoke with Devin, and she said that they were nervous about playing Southern Wesleyan this year because, well, actually this year we are ahead of them on offense, but as you can tell, they're most likely good nerves that were coming out tonight.
That was number 12, Devin Worth, for North Greenville that Gabby talked to. Again, unfortunately, our wireless microphone has decided to not cooperate with us for the last couple of days, so we're going to try to get that fixed before football and then men's soccer tomorrow. And it's going to be a handball there on number 17, Megan Robertson. But yeah, that goal, Tootin got the shot off, and McNeil had to come forward to try to collect it and ended up loose. And after that, Tootin was just able to turn around and put the ball in there. There was just nobody there for Southern Wesleyan to defend it. Not much they could have done about it. Only thing is McNeil possibly could have stayed back, but decided to come forward with it to try to keep Tootin from getting a final shot off, and just ended up not quite working out for the Warriors. So the scoreboard is right now 3-0. And that's got to be frustrating for the Warriors because North Greenville hasn't shown a ton of offense in the second half. It's been Southern Wesleyan trying to be aggressive, but North Greenville ends up with the goal. That ball kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. Number 18, Aaron Exline, to throw it in. And almost had a shot by the Warriors. I think they were calling for a handball but didn't get it. And tried to get it over to the near side, but heads out of bounds with just less than 30 minutes remaining in this game. And again, still not too late for Southern Wesleyan, but a team that's only scored 5 goals this season is going to have to score 3 in this one in order to come back. So certainly an uphill battle from this point on. Nice move by Tootin, got the crowd excited there. Yeah, we had the audio muted during halftime, but there were 2 elementary school teams playing against each other in a little mini game during halftime, and the student section was just going nuts over there. So that was pretty entertaining. Number 19, Tori Owens, in front of the scorer's stand, so she will come in shortly as a substitute. And Southern Excuse me, the Crusaders do get another shot off. Taken in by McNeil. 27.5 minutes remain. And that one heads out of bounds, so Crusaders take over just like that. And here's Tori Owens, as well as number 8, Brittany Waldrop. Number 11, Lauren Previtt, and number 18, Sarah Singh will sub out. So ball over on the far side, right near the corner. That's out of bounds. Will stay with the Warriors. And here's Tootin with it. Warriors able to keep it away. Tori Owens now with the ball. So now near the corner. And that is Tootin with the ball. Gets another shot off. This one saved by McNeil. There'll be another shot on goal for Tootin. Lindsay Tootin's shot on goal percentage coming into this game is .717, which is second on the team, only to Megan Robertson with .750. And I believe that was meant to be a pass, but heads out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick for the Warriors. So it goes back to Owens. Over to Etheridge, now to Robertson, and now it's going to be kicked out of bounds by the Warriors. Ashton Robinson was handling the ball, now gets it over to the far side. And McNeil came forward again, but this time she is able to keep it in her hands. So another save by McNeil. Keeps the score at 3-0. And ended up kicking it out of bounds, so it goes right back to North Greenville. Looks like Tori Owens will throw it in. But we'll have another substitution. Number 24, Emma Carr, comes in for number 23, Sarah Forrester. And here we go, almost had an opportunity for another shot by the Crusaders. Now Tori Owens going to take a shot right to McNeil. Almost lost her balance. If she had fallen back, that would have been a goal. And just now able to check score, but women's volleyball game between Erskine and North Greenville. Erskine leading 2-0. Says the second set ended 27-10. That's not possible, so I'm not sure what happened there, but nevertheless, it is Erskine ahead 2-0. So Owens will kick it back.
Give her help, Court. Give her help. Yes. Nice dummy.
And just realized it's a new goalie for North Greenville, number 0, Michelle Huddleston. This will be her 4th game played of the season. Almost had a goal there by Etheridge, but couldn't quite connect. Huddleston has had 2 saves, has not allowed a goal, so a save percentage of 1. So that's always good. I guess that'd be 100%, not 1. So here come the Warriors, just trying to find a way to get on the board, but North Greenville's defense has been stout. The Southern Wesleyans hasn't been bad either. They've been able to, at times, have been able to keep the ball away from Tooten, especially for the first 10 minutes or so of the first half, but it's just so tough to keep up with Tooten. When she gets those fast breaks, that's almost impossible. So McNeil handles that one without an issue. Just under 20 minutes remain. Goes right to midfield. Heads to the far side, back to the middle of the field. Ashton Robinson handling the ball. Now gets it to Emma Carr. And Southern Wesleyan player fell just for a moment, got right back up. Owens with it again. Get it near the goal, but McNeil right there to take it. So Huddleston now will take it at the goal. Gabriella Porter on the near side was calling for it, but don't believe she was seen or heard. Warriors able to keep it in bounds. Now Owens with it again. Tried to connect, but could not do so. Now Porter comes over, takes it away. Excuse me, that was Megan Robertson. That one kicked away, and that will head out. So just a few seconds over 17 minutes remain here at Pepsi Stadium. Temperature has dropped a bit, but certainly not anywhere near as bad as against King last Saturday. That was miserable. Women's game was okay, but the men's game didn't start till 9 p.m. and man, the temperature dropped so fast. Nothing will beat the lacrosse game from last year. When that game started, I believe it was 13 degrees outside. That was not fun. So that ball heads out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Warriors. And nobody able to make contact with the ball there. It heads out of bounds. Looks like it will go to, well, it stays with Southern Wesleyan. Whistle blows, and now it'll go to the Crusaders. Talk about the new athletic facilities real quickly. Don't have any new pictures to show as of yet, but I know that for softball, the dugouts are currently being worked on, and they are huge. It looks like they're about 2 stories high. Several rooms, not just the dugout itself, but a couple of rooms behind them as well. That is going to be a top-notch softball facility. It will have state-of-the-art turf on it. New track and field complex coming along nicely. Currently plans for baseball to have turf, hopefully in time for the upcoming season. And from what I understand, everything will be turf, even the batter's boxes. The only thing that won't be turf will be the pitcher's mound. And of course, the new basketball arena in the eventual plans, that won't be for a couple of years down the road at least, but it is in the plans, as well as continuing to expand the campus as a whole. So just a good time to be a Crusader. A lot of things going on, not just now but in the future. Meanwhile, the whistle blows. It'll be a foul on the Crusaders. So it goes back to Southern Wesleyan. So Owens kicks it up the middle and not quite able to get to it in time. Number 10, Jamie Shutt, had a chance as there was nobody there, but the ball ended up making it to McNeil first. Don't believe we've had a single offside call today, so that's a little bit of a surprise. Usually see it a couple times per game. Crusaders not done yet, trying to get another shot off, but not quite able to get it there. Now it'll head to the Crusader side. Middleston actually having to back up. And some big time contact there. Whistle did blow, and it will be another foul on the Crusaders. This one on number 5, Karis Hoover. And Brittany Woodhouse was getting frustrated. She had her arms up in the air just waiting for the whistle to blow, and it finally did. A lot of contact. So here it is. Middleston was kicked above her, not able to get it, but Southern Wesleyan just not quite able to get it in there. It was a good-looking shot, but just not quite on target. A little bit to the left of the goal. It's been a frustrating night for the Warriors. So another foul committed, this one on Southern Wesleyan. Ansley, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. So Ansley is a member of the North Greenville golf team. How's the golf team looking so far?
We're looking pretty good. The girls team we're working hard. Getting there, we're actually in the middle of our off season right now. So we're all going to be working on individual things. The guys have one more tournament this Monday and Tuesday coming up, so keep them in mind. It's actually over in Georgia. And they're doing good. They had a good season last year, and they're following it up this year.
That's good to hear. Will either team be hosting a tournament next semester?
I
don't know yet.
The coach has mentioned it. We do not have a date yet.
Okay.
But we also will be having a fundraiser tournament up in February. So we'll be having both.
Okay. Yeah, we did actually broadcast the final day of a men's golf tournament last year. Wasn't what I would call a quality broadcast. We found out the day before that we were going to do it, so didn't have time to get many graphics or anything prepared, but did what we could, so it's better than nothing. So we'll try to, if there is a tournament hosted, hopefully we can broadcast it. That would be fun. So we'll see what happens, but that's for next semester. Spring semester is always a busy one. We're hoping to get some tennis broadcasts in as well, which we've never done before on the North Greenville Sports Network, so that will be interesting, to say the least. So there's just less than 9 minutes left in this game. Tori Owens ends up getting it kicked out of bounds. Last touched by a Warrior. And Southern Wesleyan saying, the coaches on the sideline saying to hurry up. So they're not done yet. They want to be aggressive here, try to get on the board, try to get some momentum going into their next match. But first they're going to have to keep it out of their own goal here. North Greenville trying to get another shot off. Have a lot of substitutions in at this point. Believe that's Catherine Allen with the ball right now. So she is still in the game. Again, she is the lone senior on this North Greenville team. Now, this is not the final game of the season. Sometimes teams choose to have senior night on their final home game, but that is not the case here. I know there's at least 2 more home games. Double check that real quick. And yeah, there are 2 more home games. Actually, there's no more away games for North Greenville women's soccer. So their away games are complete. October 27th will be against Belmont Abbey. and October 31st against Barton. Both of those games will be broadcasted. The Barton game will be interesting when it comes to the network because women's volleyball will be going on at the same time, and that too is the last home game of the season. We are going to try to find a way to broadcast both of those at the same time, believe it or not. So hopefully we can get enough staff together and make that happen. Meanwhile, a shot by Southern Wesleyan saved by Middleston. Just under 6.5 minutes remain. And contact made. They'll go against the Warriors. Committed by Brittany Woodhouse. Good number of fouls in this game. No yellow cards, though. North Greenville gets it in the box, and I'm assuming that McNeil is still the goalkeeper again. She has played every second for Southern Wesleyan as the goalkeeper this season. Ashley Kelly for Southern Wesleyan is listed as the backup goalkeeper, but she has not played a second this season according to their official statistics. Meanwhile, the clock will stop at 4 minutes 35 seconds. And quite a few substitutions for the Crusaders, 4 to be exact. Try to keep up with them. Entering the game, Courtney Etheridge, Lauren Previtt, Lindsay Tootin, and Alex Pagliaro. So a good bit of the starters coming back in. Devin Worth, number 12, is one that left the game there. Didn't see the numbers for the other ones. Now Woodhouse gets it around a defender. Under 4 minutes. And contact made, another foul. That one committed by number 5, Karis Hoover. Meanwhile, a shot was taken there, tried to surprise the Crusaders, but not quite on target. As 3.5 minutes remain, just about done here at Pepsi Stadium. Again, there will be a presentation at the end of the game honoring the lone senior for the Crusaders, Catherine Allen. And we will keep the broadcast going for that. Not sure which one's going to come first. Assuming the presentation will come first and then fireworks, but don't know that for certain. And did hear at the beginning of the game that the lights will be cut off for the fireworks, so if the screen sort of goes dark for a little bit, don't be surprised by that. So there's Catherine Allen getting the ball to the far side and almost got away from McNeil, just able to hang on to it. If that ball got away from her, then Jamie Shutt was going to be right there to kick it in. And meanwhile, ball heads out of bounds. And a Southern Wesleyan player slow to get up. But now she's back on her feet. Yeah, Southern Wesleyan doesn't look like they're in any hurry. Everybody's kind of walking around. This is, like I said, this has been a frustrating night for them. They've gotten some good shots off, but just haven't been able to quite get it in the goal. Had a pretty good opportunity early in the second half. Ball kind of got away from the Crusaders, but just couldn't quite get it in. And ball heads out of bounds again. And here we go, gets the shot off. McNeil with a nice save.
1 minute remaining.
Courtney.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's stand to our feet for that last minute as we honor our senior number 22, Catherine Allen.
Courtney Etheridge with that shot. And here's a shot by Woodhouse, but an easy save by Huddleston. And here's Catherine Allen, but she's called offsides. Crowd on the other side not happy about the call. Wanted to see her score a goal as this game comes to an end, and it is final here in Tigerville. North Greenville wins.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's a North Greenville University victory.
So North Greenville
3-0.
improves to 8-6 for the season. Southern Wesleyan now 2-12. It's been a tough one for them. So we'll stick around for the presentation for Catherine Allen.
Make sure you stick around.
As PA announcers just
Pretty soon we'll be honoring
discussing
our
it.
senior Catherine Allen.
Well, they said pretty soon, so not sure how long that'll be.
Fireworks show after the game. Make sure you stick around for that. Also, if you're in the North Greenville area tomorrow, make sure you come check out the football team at 1 p.m. as they have a home game. And then tomorrow night at 7 p.m., check out the North Greenville men's soccer team as they take on Southern Wesleyan University.
And that'll be an interesting matchup tomorrow between North Greenville and Southern Wesleyan for men's soccer. But tonight, North Greenville women's soccer victorious. It's just been such a huge improvement over last season. It's been fun to watch. We'll give a little bit of a preview for the men's soccer game tomorrow. Southern Wesleyan will come in with 8 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. North Greenville men's soccer 2-10 for the season. However, I will say this, not trying to make excuses, but they have been very competitive. Compared to last year, men's soccer has been so much more competitive this season. A ton of games decided within the last 3 or 4 minutes of games, including their last one against Lees McRae. The Bobcats scored the only goal of the game with, I believe it was less than 2 minutes remaining. So it's just been very frustrating for the Crusaders. I actually work with their assistant coach, Kyle Walden, at grounds, and He's told me how frustrating it's been, but how much more competitive they've been this season. So, and they've had some fun games. Columbia International was one to remember, a classic game against Erskine. That one was fun as well. So be sure to tune in for that. When you listen, when you hear the overall records, it doesn't sound like it's going to be that competitive, but it'll be more competitive than you think. I can tell you that much.
Friend Chris Christ at Owens Insurance, Chris Castle at Corporate Coaching, our buddy Larry Sin at 5-Star, Tyler Construction, Carolina Painting, Endeavor Insurance Services.
Anything you want to say, Ansley?
Southeast Sports
It's great to be a Crusader.
That it is. Yeah, starting to get deep into this fall semester. But yeah, the spring semester is when it really picks up. For the end of the fall semester, still have women and men's basketball starting up soon. In fact, the men play in a scrimmage next week against Furman. Not sure if live video will be available for that. That will be at Furman, so we won't be broadcasting it. But that'll be interesting. Men's basketball has a lot of new faces. Phillip Brown was a senior last year. That was a big loss. Spencer Reeves, the leading three-point shooter, just did absolutely amazing in the Conference Carolinas tournament. Unfortunately for the Crusaders, he transferred. What was the school that he transferred to? Slipping my mind right now. I believe it may have been Central Missouri. I believe that's where he transferred. So hopefully he continues right where he picked off. For them, good luck to them and with their season. And even had an assistant change. And his name's slipping my mind. It's been a long day. Trace Huggins. He was an assistant last year for the men's basketball team and even helped us out with some soccer broadcasts last year. He transferred to the University of South Carolina. And Luke Edwards was on the team last year. He transferred to Kentucky.
They'll be home Tuesday at 5 p.m. versus Belmont Abbey, who's sitting atop of the Conference Carolina standings. And next Saturday at 1 p.m., they'll be home.
So it looks like we're about to start the presentation for Catherine Allen, as the rest of the team will join her.
The postseason tournament begins Monday, November 2nd. The time and place will be announced.
I don't think we'll have updated statistics in time before we end this broadcast, but coming into today, the lone senior, well, let me pull it up real quick. The lone senior, Catherine Allen, has not had a goal this season, has had an assist, and took 3 total shots, 2 of those shots on goal. We actually had a chance to interview her in a game early in the season. That interview is actually available on the Ustream page under the video highlights. Can't tell you exactly which game that was, but it is at the end. It was at the end of one of the games.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll turn your attention.
And here we go with the presentation.
To the middle of the field as we start the 2015 senior night as we honor number 22, Catherine Allen. Catherine's parents are Mark and Kathy Allen. Catherine is a captain for the North Greenville women. She has played all 4 years. When asked what is she doing after NGU, she says hopefully physical therapy, school, and if that doesn't work, then she will be a professional dog walker. Her favorite NGU memory is the time that Lindsay and her saw a groundhog for the first time, and Lindsay tried to catch it and keep it as a pet in their dorm. Catherine says, you know you're an NGU soccer player if your bus breaks down at least 4 times and doesn't have air conditioning. Her most memorable game at NGU is the Erskine game, where it took them 20 minutes to have an indirect kick. And finally, Catherine says, what does she want to be most remembered for? And she says, her fireball dance, which she's going to demonstrate right now. Do we get that? Oh. Hey, crowd, if you want to see the fireball dance, let's get a big cheer. Fireball. Oh, okay, she's hurt. Okay, she wants to be most remembered for the fireball dance, the hiccups, and her motherly instincts. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior, number 22, Catherine Allen.
All right, so unfortunately didn't get to see the fireball dance, but nevertheless, congratulations to her on a great 4 years, and we'll certainly see her in 2 more games this season. And that'll do it for us for tonight. And we certainly hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And we hope to see you tomorrow again. Football at 1 o'clock p.m. against the University of God's Chosen Disciples. And then we head right back here to Pepsi Stadium to take on Southern Wesleyan men's soccer. So, on behalf of all of us here, Alan Cahaley alongside Ansley Brock, Matthew Brown on camera, thank you to him for helping out on such short notice. And apologies to Gabby Finelli. She was going to be our sideline reporter, and our microphone decided to not work, so hate that for her. But hopefully we'll get that working tomorrow for both football and soccer. And we'll see you next time here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Good night.